Kansas City Chiefs Patrick Mahomes getting called down for his lackluster performance in the first 2 games of the season, but it's the 2 people who are calling him out that should make you excited. What's up, everybody? I'm Daniel Booth here with your Chiefs news of the day. If you are new to this channel, what's up? We discuss Chiefs every single day here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and join in the conversation in the comment section below. So let's get right to it. Here's what we know so far, Chiefs fans. Chiefs Patrick Mahomes is on pace to set a career high and an alarming stat, and that alarming stat is interceptions. He's thrown a few so far this season, and he's on pace to outpace his last year's effort, which was 14. The highest amount of interceptions he's ever thrown is 14. That came last year, and while that is still relatively low as far as NFL standards and other quarterbacks, it's still not Patrick Mahomes. And this year, we all know what has happened, specifically with the Cincinnati Bengals. He's just made some terrible throws that are uncharacteristic of the best player in the NFL and potentially the most talented player to ever take the field. Now, the first warning comes from this guy, Big Red, Andy Reid. He's warning Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs, and after a hard-fought win against the Bengals, that this is what he said real quick: turnovers, they finish you. They seldom give you an opportunity to win the game. We came out with a win, but we've got to take care of business there, Reid said, and I fully agree. Remember that the game against the Ravens and the game against the Cincinnati Bengals, did we win? Yes. Did we look like we should have won? Maybe against the Ravens, but the Cincinnati Bengals, that was a tough game. They gave us their best shot, and it took a last-second field goal by Harrison Butker, Mr. Automatic, to win the game. And, well, you just don't want to be in this position. And we know that Patrick Mahomes' turnovers, his 2 interceptions, have a lot to do with that. The other warning comes from Mr. Travis Kelce, issuing an important wake-up call to Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs teammates. Travis Kelce here, he went on his podcast. He says here, at the end of the day, man, you can't put it in the ref's hands that late in the game. And that's for both of us, both sides of the ball. Obviously, you want to play physical. You want to make sure you make that play. But if you're going to put it in the ref's hands, you're playing with fire. It is what it is. We're just playing with fire, man. That's why, as an offense, we've got to make sure we don't put ourselves in a position where we have to score at the end of the game. And he's talking about those turnovers once again, about how it is uncharacteristic of the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, couple things before we just hit the panic button first and foremost. One, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. And he's the greatest player the Kansas City Chiefs have ever had, hands down. He is already on the Mount Rushmore of Chiefs legends. You think about the Mount Rushmore of Chiefs athletes over the years. Who you put obviously George Brett, but I don't know, is Patrick Mahomes George Washington on that Mount Rushmore? Is he the first and foremost? You would think George Brett always would be, but Patrick Mahomes absolutely on the Mount Rushmore of Kansas City athletes. And so he's on that mountain for a reason, right? He's won 3 Super Bowls, been to 4, won the league MVP twice and the Super Bowl MVP twice, and has basically shattered almost every record in the book when it comes to the fastest at this, the fastest at that. He's already the most prolific passer in Kansas City Chiefs history, passing Len Dawson just a couple days ago against that game against the Cincinnati Bengals. And so Patrick Mahomes is going to be Patrick Mahomes. And so you expect that he's going to clean this up. And listen, Patrick Mahomes is the first to say, hey, man, I've got to clean this up, and I've got to get better. The second reason to not hit the panic button quite yet is that, look, these are new receivers. You've got Rashee Rice, and you have Xavier Worthy. You have Hollywood Brown, that was going to be his target all season long. Now you bring back Juju Smith-Schuster, and so there's chemistry involved there. And so I'm not necessarily panicked about Patrick Mahomes and the turnovers quite yet, but it is good to hear that Andy Reid and Travis Kelce are calling Patrick Mahomes out, and that he's willing to take it, man. He's not some butthurt quarterback that can't take criticism. He's the first to say, yes, sir, I will do it. And so you have to just expect that Patrick Mahomes, in his competitive nature, in his desire to win, is going to clean up those, hopefully, by this Sunday night against the Atlanta Falcons. And so, Mahomes has caused some turnovers. He's also been pressing. Let's not forget. Also, this is point number 3, and I just thought of it. So, here's point number 3. The left tackle position has been somewhat of a disaster. As we know, Kingsley and Wanya are both not measuring up so far. Kingsley Suamataia, is that how you say it? Suamataia, I think that's right. Had to learn that quickly. He got pulled in that game against Cincinnati because it was just such an embarrassment. Of course, he's going against one of the best rush attacks again in the league against that opponent, but this is the NFL, and so you're going to see talented players every week, and he was just lost. He reminded me of, if you remember, Eric Fisher at the end of his career when he was just getting pushed into Patrick Mahomes, and his butt was falling down on Patrick Mahomes because the defender was just out muscling him into the quarterback, and that's how it kind of looked against the Bengals. So, my point, Mahomes and his interceptions could have a lot to do with the fact that the left tackle position is not holding up its end of the bargain. It's his blind side, and so he is therefore pressing. And, just because you are the greatest quarterback in all the land and potentially of all time, when you press, you're just a tick off. And just this much timing in the NFL is the difference between greatness and a first-round loss in the playoffs. What do you think, Chiefs fans? Let me know in the comment section below. Does the turnovers by Mahomes worry you? Are you encouraged? What do you think about the game against the Atlanta Falcons this Sunday night? Obviously, I think we win, and we'll see if Kareem Hunt plays. But that'll do it for now. As always, go Chiefs! Oh, and hey, like and subscribe.